I have brought from home the pot in which I had overwintered our cucumber from last year. You can see it here, and I'm gonna plant it here in this corner, and I'm gonna use these as a support and probably add something else like a net or a wire so that it can climb. But for now I'm gonna have it place it around here, and yeah, these ones will serve as a support, and I can add some canes later if it's necessary. So I'm gonna get back to digging the tubers, and I'm gonna show you how this goes. So here you can see the tubers. They're more or less the size of little carrots, and apparently, well, I can see the plant is quite healthy. I've never seen anything like this before. We have a lot of mice and voles around here, so I hope we won't get these ones eaten. I've brought some plastic bottles to bury them as a defense mechanism. I don't know how effective that will be, but yeah, I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna plant it right here so that it can have support over these two. So yeah, I hope you're gonna have a very nice time here and a happy new home. So yeah, work is done. This is like a semi-shaded spot. It is very hot here in summer, and at some point probably these Galician cabbages will bolt too, so it will have some space to be shaded, and it will have some sun too. So yep, cucumber is planted, and the next one is the red vein sorrel. I hope we will finally be able to eat cucumbers this year. Yeah, after 3 years in a row trying to grow them, it will be nice. And here is another one that I'm totally in love with. This is the rain-veined sorrel. It looks much bigger here, I don't know how, but yeah, it's time for it to be transplanted in the garden, and I will place it not too far from the cucumber. So more or less here. These are 2 plants as far as I can see. I can see 2 different stems there according to, yeah. So I'm gonna probably plant them together, because planting plants alone hasn't been very successful here. So yeah, another addition. We continue more or less perennializing the space. Hello and welcome to another video. This is an update of some of the works that we've done at previous either 1 or 2 weeks, because we've had some weeks of rain, which has been great. And I wanted to show you the garden. We have a lot of blooms and a lot of other things that have to be removed, but I'm gonna show you around and update you on some of the things that we planted. So starting at the great chicory corner. We have some new chicories growing, and then we have a lot of other chicories in bloom. They're all different colors. It's amazing. They may seem like chicories, but in the end you can see that like the color's different. They're really nice. I always like their flowers, and apparently the bees love them. And then we have this huge foxglove that seeded here, and I haven't removed it. It's beautiful and it's always full of bees, so I'm gonna leave it. This one is seeding at the moment, and hopefully we can get some seeds. I don't know if the plants were too good, but well. Then we have some dill. Some of them have been more successful than others. So the ones, this is like a second sowing here that is smaller, and this one that's bigger was our first one, but not too many of these germinated. So yeah, then we move on to another chicory. This one is full of different bugs. A moment ago I saw like a tiny wasp. So, and you can see the flower is kind of different. It's really nice. I love them. I don't know, I love everything. I'm a very simple person apparently. And we have some of our first piri chili peppers. You can see those. They're like rainbow chili. And then we have some celery that's getting to bloom. I'm gonna leave it to bloom. And we have the clover that we put here as a green manure. Well, it's done quite well, and we've eaten from it. It's quite nice actually. Then I have our chard in flower, and here I've got our fava beans removed, so they were all around here in this area, and I can see sudden growth in our amaranth. So apparently what it was lacking was sun, but yeah, other things are not doing so well. These ones were planted. Can you see this one? This is like a kale plant that was planted like 2 months ago. It hasn't done much. I planted it in another place, and then I moved it here, but there has been no difference. And yeah, another Swiss chard that didn't do much, and we have another hole over there. Nice. So moving on to the mint and calendula. We're gonna cut that one just to dry some mint. And anyway, the heat is not good for it, and it like dies. So then we've got a leek that is going to flower. I'm gonna leave it together with this beautiful achillea. And then we have our flower bed that we moved from the other place where we had the bees. The plot for the bees. Actually, they look very nice. They liked it here apparently, and yeah, it's wonderful. then our beans have grown tall, and the grass too. I haven't had the chance to weed, and you can see that it's full of this really resistant grass. We don't have it in any other place. Like, for example, here we don't have it. I only dug the place where I planted the beets, and yeah, you can see the difference. Then here too we have some cilantro that's germinated, and we'll see. Beets weren't that successful, so we're gonna see if they survive. And then these are yard-long beans. They almost all of them germinated, which is really nice, and they haven't been eaten by anything so far, but we will see. And yeah, I have to weed those. I planted some radishes in between the beans, but only a few of them germinated, so hopefully after the rain more can germinate. And then we continue to the other side. We have some basil, and I would like to have all this part here maybe with lettuce, and I'm gonna probably plant 2 cherry tomatoes here, more or less in this spot, but we're gonna see. And then yeah, you can see our red veined sorrel is coming back to life, and I'm gonna show you a video when I moved it here. And next to it I have a cucamelon, and hopefully we will be able to eat cucamelons finally. So you can see here is the plant. The vines fell and the leaves are totally have totally disappeared, but I can see some new growth, so hopefully the tubers have survived. Can you see? Yeah, and they have a lot of these tiny things all around, so hopefully we're gonna have some cucamelons. I'm very excited about this plant because this one was from last year and it survived in the pot. It flowered a lot, very prolifically, but it didn't grow any cucamelons. So I'm gonna use these as a structure. So when the plant is up, I'm gonna try to attach it to these ones. And then I have another foxgloves here, a lot of things to cut, parsley going to seed, and more mint. And yeah, what I've been planning is to cut all these, but I won't remove the roots because we actually like the plantain. We eat it. So what I'm gonna do is clear the bed, cut those to the ground, and since I've observed them not very far from here next to the river, a place that I've shown you several times in our videos, they cut them really close to the ground, and afterwards they just come back and they're enormous, and I'm gonna try to do that too. We have some of our cabbages still left, more chicories that are enormous. I love those flowers. This is something that, oh my god, I can never get tired of this. And they're full of bugs too. So yeah, more leeks in flower, and this looks like a jungle, but I'm gonna clear it and have lettuces, some tomatoes, peppers and other things planted. And then Here we've got the artichoke that seemed to be fine, but now I can see that some of the leaves are quite droopy. I don't know if our little critter hadn't eaten the roots, but yeah, well, what can I do? Like, we're not gonna buy something to kill it, so I don't know. And then we have some oregano and other things blooming here at the back next to the compost heap. And yeah, that's it. It's a wild garden. Thank you for joining me. I wish you a wonderful week.